Everyone wants to be a millionaire. But let's be real, most people are going about it in the entirely the wrong way. In this video, I'm going to show you the 8 steps that actually work. These steps most people never talk about. If you're tired of following the same old advice and getting nowhere, stick around. This could be the game changer that you've been waiting for. But first, this is Powerful Money Habits. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I like to talk about habits and money that can help improve your life. If you're new to the channel and like the video, please hit the subscribe button down below and stay till the end so you can see how many of these steps you need to take to start making $1 million. If you want to change your own money habits, you can go grab a free copy of my 10th book, Powerful Money Habits, Unleash Financial Freedom. The link is down in the description below. Also, there's a free masterclass training there where I teach you the 3 money rules that you need to make in order to build financial freedom. Again, you can get all of it at the website powerfulmoneyhabits.com. Okay, let's get back to the show. So today we're talking about the 8 real steps to becoming a millionaire. Now, obviously, you'll say, Steph, $1 million isn't going to allow me to retire. Well, you need $1 million before you can get to 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 25 million, right? So these steps are steps that are going to get your finances rolling so that you can start building wealth, okay, that can multiply and take care of you when you don't want to work anymore. Okay, so let's get started. How to become a millionaire in 8 steps. You got to start here. The first one is you need to know where you're starting from. Understanding your starting point is crucial to developing a plan. Before you move forward, you need to take inventory of where you are right now. Look at your current income, your expenses, your debt, and your savings. This can involve creating a detailed budget. I know you hate the B word, but let's call it a financial tracking system, or even better, a savings plan. Whatever you want to call it, you still got to start tracking your numbers and seeing where your money is going. The key here is being honest with yourself. Don't sugarcoat your situation. The clearer you are, the easier it will be to map out your path to $1 million. Things to look for in your budget, spending plan, whatever you want to call it. The first one is subscriptions. Are you really watching all those movies and series? And if so, you've got too much time on your hands and you need to go start working and building skill sets that can make you more money. The next place is maybe your insurance. I know my insurance for my home and my auto went up 50% this year, and I said, no thank you, I don't think so, especially when we didn't have any claims. We don't live in Florida, we're in Ohio, okay? Because of that, I called my agent and said, get on it, we need to switch companies, and that's what he's doing. So you bet I'm looking for cheaper alternatives for that. What about utilities? Can you lock in current prices for a year or two? What about your food budget? Can you buy in bulk, cook, and then portion that food? Maybe you can food saver it and then freeze it. Can you cut down on eating out? I know, it's fun to go to a restaurant and have someone else do the dishes and prepare a nice meal for you. I get it, it's fun, I love it too. But if you want to be a millionaire, you've got to save and invest as much money right now today as you can so you can get your money working for you. If you're eating out all the time, you're giving your hard-earned money away and paying about a 300% markup for the same food that you can eat at home. What about gym memberships? Are you really using it? Are there cheaper places to go? Can you stay home and work out for free content or use those rusty old weights that have been in the corner collecting dust? What about your Amazon purchases? Do you really need that gadget or widget that you just bought? How about your investing account? What is your savings rate? How much are you contributing to your accounts? How can you not only increase it, but max it out every year. If you don't know where you're starting from, you won't know how to plan your millionaire trip. Look at all your numbers and write them down and start tracking them. Number 2, know where you're going. Next, you need to set specific financial goals. You got to ask yourself, what does being a millionaire or multimillionaire mean to you? Will your life change? Will you still work? Do you want to travel? Do you want $1 million in savings? Or do you want assets that total $1 million or give off $1 million worth of cash flow, which is what I want. Yoo-hoo. Clarifying your goals helps to keep you motivated when things get tough. Make sure your goals are measurable and have a timeline so you can track your progress. For me, I'm all about cash flow, baby. Some people invest in broad index funds covering either the total stock market like VTSAX or the S&P 500 like VOO. But in order to pay for your retirement later on, you've got to either sell or rebalance those stocks. And me personally, I don't want to have to do that. I don't ever want to sell any of my assets ever, okay? That's why I only buy assets that pay me every month or quarterly with cash flow. You'll have to make your own decisions on how you want to save and invest your money, of course. I'm not a financial professional advisor, but go talk to somebody and see what you can do, okay? This is what I invest in. I invest in first way is real estate syndication deals. And another bonus is I pay no tax on the cash flow. I also have oil syndication deals. Again, I pay no tax on that cash flow either. Dividend paying stocks. I pay tax rates at the dividend level. You have 0, 15, and 20%. I also do peer-to-peer lending. I like medical debt. Now, that one I will pay ordinary income rates on, but as you can see, there's not a lot of normal income so far. So you get what I'm saying here? You try to buy things that have tax advantages and implications too that can help you down the line. I also invest in private equity and credit. Again, I pay dividend taxes on this. And then finally, a maybe controversial one, whole life insurance. Now, this gets a bad rap, but most millionaires and even S&P 500 companies take out these type of policies on their executives. I will pay 0 tax, no tax on this when I retire. So these things you must figure out for yourself. If you have a Roth IRA, you're paying with after-tax dollars and don't get taxed on the distributions when you take them out. But these contributions are kind of puny. They're only $7,000 this year if you're under 50. Now, 401k contributions are the complete opposite. All contributions are tax deferred, which means you won't be taxed on them until you pull them out to use. And hopefully by then, your tax bracket will be lower. But who knows who's going to get elected and who wants to tax you to death, right? So you have to be thinking of these things when you're preparing for your retirement and what vehicles you're using to try to avoid as much tax responsibility as possible, right? And that's the premises behind all of that. So the big question you must ask yourself is, what's your freedom number? You've got to know your end number so you can then calculate how long it's going to take you to get there and how much you need to save to hit it. Me personally, I don't care about an overall number. I just want the monthly cash flow that's going to pay for my lifestyle and beyond. The next one is know how you're going to get there. You need a path. This is where strategy comes in. You have several paths to millionaire, multimillionaire, millionaire status. Starting a business, investing, or even just being a super duper saver. Each path requires different skills and commitments. Maybe you'll invest in real estate or the stock market, or perhaps you'll start a side hustle that eventually scales into a full-time business. What's important is choosing a path that aligns with your strengths and interests, and then you focus on mastering it. This bleeds into what I talked about earlier on my own investing decisions. Like I said before, I only want to invest in cash flowing assets. This may or may not be a slower way to invest, as cash flowing assets tend to give you a lower rate of return than just plain old index funds or ETFs. But they're perpetual. I don't have to do anything with them. I don't have to rebalance them or sell them. And like I said before, most of them are tax advantaged, meaning that I pay little or no tax on them when it's time to use them, and I love that. Pay little bit of tax or no tax. The next one is you've got to simplify your life. To get to $1 million and beyond, you need to focus your time, your energy, and your money on what truly matters. Simplifying your life means narrowing down your routines and hobbies to things that bring you the most value. Evaluate where your money is going, where you're spending on things that aren't bringing you closer to your financial goals. Cutting out unnecessary spending can free up money to invest or save, and it helps you keep your life focused and streamlined. Now, I know that $1 million won't pay for most of our lifestyles nowadays, especially with inflation, but you must build up to $1 million before that can snowball with compound over time into 3 million or 5 million or whatever, which should be very doable if you start working your plan. It's funny, I thought my life would be a lot different after 50. Traveling, eating out all the time, buying nice stuff. Of course, I still do those things, but I want to buy one thing that's pretty expensive, and that's my freedom. Freedom of my time is the most important thing to me right now. I don't want to have to drill in anyone's mouth anymore or take responsibility for my business or my employees. I've been doing it now since 2000. It's a lot of pressure doing that every day, year after year, month after month, day after day. I'd rather spend my time writing all of the books and helping others with these types of videos. I think it's fun and can explore the topics that I want to learn about and not what other people tell me to do, right? I'm being my own boss, but in a different way. And for me, my number is different than the traditional retirement number and the 4% rule. I don't care about what the final number is. I care about how much cash flow that investment is generating. And that's the number I'm looking at. So right now, I've cut back, way back on my spending because I'm saving my money to buy my freedom. Take a look at what you're spending your money on and cut some of those things out. You don't have to spend all your extra money on travel sports for your kids, okay? That's just an example I'm throwing out here. I think that's the biggest waste of money and the biggest scam there is. I'm sorry to say that, but your kid has less than a 1% chance of playing that sport professionally. And if they're girls, even less than that, because let's face it, there just aren't that many professional sports out there for them to play. And getting into college, you've got to be pretty good, not only with your grades, but also you've got to be bringing it if your kid's going to be, going to college on a scholarship. That's pretty rare. Most of the parents that I see at the office that pay all that money don't have a pot to piss in. I'm sorry, but instead they should be taking that money and investing it for themselves and not the stupid travel scam leagues. But whatever, I like simplicity in my own life, and I've told my own son, too bad, no travel sports you can play on a rec team. The next step to becoming a millionaire or multimillionaire is you need to declutter your stuff. Decluttering doesn't just apply to your physical space, but also to your financial habits. Start by getting rid of unnecessary expenses. Look at your subscriptions, your monthly bills, and even the clutter in your house. Sell off the items that you no longer use and funnel that money towards your millionaire goal. Focus on only spending money on the things you love and you need. This is called intentional spending, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what millionaires do. Their main focus is on freedom of their time and the responsibility of a job, and then having the freedom to spend their money on the stuff that lights them up. This might be travel. This might be a hobby. This may be your family. Keep things simple, but be intentional. The next one is productive tasks. If you want to become a millionaire and multimillionaire, your daily habits need to reflect that. Make sure that you're spending at least 3 hours a day, 3 people, 3, on tasks that are directly related to making money or growing your wealth. This could be working on your business, learning a high income skill, or managing your investments. Consistent daily effort compounds over time and will move you towards your goal. This means that you must get rid of distractions during your productive time because you got to get in the flow state. Close the doors of your office and work on a project. Get up early. I get up at 5 when it's quiet. No one else is up and I can do what I got to do and work on your latest stuff. My business is easy. I only spend my time with patients who need procedures done that pay me money. So I'm constantly making money throughout the day. Emails don't make you money. Paperwork doesn't make you money. All those mundane, busy tasks don't make you money. Only fill your schedule with tasks that make you money, and you'll be rolling in the dough pretty soon. The next one is increase assets and decrease liabilities. You've heard this before. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It totally spells it out and is a brilliant book that everybody should have memorized by now. The secret to growing wealth is simple. You must accumulate assets and reduce liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pocket, like investments, businesses, or rental properties. Liabilities, on the other hand, are things that take money out, like loans or depreciating assets, cars, houses, all that stuff. Focus on accumulating more income generating assets, which I totally love for the cash flow, while paying down or avoiding debt. Over time, this strategy will significantly grow your net worth. You need to pick a number to invest every year and hit that number. You gotta hit it, people. Then every year, increase it by 1 to 2%. If you do that, you'll be saving and investing a significant amount of money that will be able to fund your lifestyle, thus giving you financial freedom and independence. 1 to 2% doesn't hurt very much over time and usually includes any bonuses or promotions that you will experience in the future. Don't spend all of it. Use most of it to fund your investment increase. As you pay off your debt, use that money to help increase your investment amount too. That's what I've done, and it's helped me increase my investment rate to 67% of my income. And yes, I still go on vacation, and I have money left over to buy new clothes and upgrade some home improvements like a bathroom and basement project, which we're currently doing. The cash flow I get from my assets helps with these investments that I'm making and increase my investment rate. So you get the cash flow building upon itself. The last one is basically wash and repeat. Once you've built a system that works, stick with it. Becoming a multimillionaire, or like me, somebody that is just totally kicking butt and creating constant and consistent cash flow, it isn't a one-time effort. It's about repeating the same effective habits and strategies over and over. Basically, every paycheck you're doing the same thing. You're putting a little bit aside into investments. Review your progress regularly. Fine-tune your approach and keep pushing forward. Consistency is the key. There's no magic formula, okay? I wish there was, but there's not. It's all about persistence and consistency. It's about sticking with the process, tracking my income, investing regularly, and constantly refining my financial habits. I made it a point to revisit my goals every quarter and adjust as needed. Hopefully, I've inspired you to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. And I know it's hard work, but the payoff, ooh, it's so good. So many more people are being able to not only retire with dignity and money in the bank, but also being able to retire earlier than 65. There's so much more life to live, and being too old to enjoy it is not my idea of what life is meant to be. That's why my investment rate is so high. I started investing way too late in life because all of my financial blunders that I made, I had to pay for. But I've recovered and have built a successful investment strategy that will help pay me for the rest of my life without doing much. You can do the same thing if you implement these 8 steps that no one usually talks about or is being straight with you. So that's it for the show. Thanks for watching. Which steps do you need to start implementing to build your nest egg? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, this is Powerful Money Habits.